I wake up every morning and I just lay there for a second. I see the sun. That's a gift.
We're told that life is a gift, but one day it can all change. Corning's Whitney Corby loves her life. A standout lacrosse player, Whitney earned a scholarship to play at Albany. In December, her life changed forever. On the road Corby lives on, she was in a near-fatal crash. After spinning on ice, her car collided with a tree. Whitney suffered a brain injury, bruised her lung, broke her collar and cheekbones, leaving the left side of her face paralyzed. Even worse, for a week, she was in a coma.
They basically told us there was no hope. I never let my mind go to the fact that we wouldn't have her.
And then when you see her with everything, coming out of her, you just start praying.
Through prayers and hope, Whitney came back. Now, she must fight.
God wanted it to happen and it happened. I don't feel sorry for myself.
And she is one of these lucky stories, and she was in that situation where it appeared as if it could be devastating and she could have no recovery.
Rehab after rehab, the road back has been challenging.
Little things like that you've already done, you have to relearn everything. It's frustrating doing like 5th grade math.
I think the hardest thing for me was and is watching her struggle. If I could trade places with you, I would.
Whitney's ultimate goal? Play lacrosse again. In February, for the first time since the crash, she joined her team for an emotional return to the field. In just 4 months, Whitney's walking, gaining ground, and defying the odds.
Like if you want it bad enough, you can go get it. No one's stopping you but yourself, and so no one's gonna stop me in this situation.
She started on this journey, she's gonna finish it. She's just that determined.
It's a leap of faith for us to take the credit for this. It was really, she did it.
And Whitney's gift, showing us that in life, nothing is impossible.
I'm breathing and I'm gonna go out and show people that if I can do it, you can do it.
If love could have saved you, you would have lived forever.
No person brought Watkins Glen closer than soccer player Devin Shaw. In July, Devin tragically died after a 3-year battle with bone cancer. He was just 18.
At first, it's like I think with anyone, when it happens to them, like you don't believe it.
Shaw's death was all too real for his longtime girlfriend, Chelsea Lehman. The two had been together since the 6th grade. Lehman stood by his side on the greatest of days and the worst of times.
With Devin, he had like all of everything like against him, but he still like had a smile on his face every day. So that's what pushes me to like keep going every day and not giving up.
1, 2, 3, yes!
Chelsea continues to fight. She's a leader on the CCC basketball team, and the team honored Devin with green laces every time they took the court.
One of our family members lost someone that they loved, and we wanted to show our support to her. We were there for her in case she needed us.
She's the strongest girl I've ever met. She just keeps her head up, and she doesn't let anything get her down.
And in her final home game, in the final seconds, the place where Devin used to watch her play, Lehman gave Devin a gift. The game-winning shot was by Lehman, but the memories, her new tattoo, and her love is always for Devin.
But I wish I had 10 of her. I mean, she's got heart. She's never going to forget Devin. He's a part of her forever.
She loved him with all her heart. He'll always be with her no matter what.
On her body and in her soul, their bond will never end.
If love could have saved you, you would have lived forever. I've never played a sport before like that where I fall in love with it so quickly.
What if love was so strong, nothing could stand in your way? Notre Dame's Megan Odell has loved basketball for years. Odell has shot, dribbled, and scored at a high level, all with one hand.
I really thought about if I should play because of my hand, but I decided that I love it and might as well give it a shot.
The reality of it is, she doesn't have a limitation. She catches the ball probably better than half the people on our team.
Born without a left hand, being equal was far from reality.
We actually didn't know anything about it until she was born. Actually have some videotape of her father witnessing it for the first time, and just to see the devastation on his face, you know, what are we going to do for this poor little girl? That was heartbreaking.
In 2009, Megan's life changed again. Her father, Rick, tragically drowned in an accident on Keuka Lake.
It was really tough. I didn't think it was anything that would ever happen to me. I think about him before games a lot.
Over time, Odell has found comfort in the game, and she's inspiring.
It's not even like she only has one hand. She plays like she has two hands. It makes us want to work twice as hard.
When you know that there's a disability or a limitation, and she plays to her fullest and she delivers her fullest on a daily basis, for me, I have no choice but to do the same.
Although some of the little things are off limits, Odell's love for life is beating the odds.
Megan pushes herself to be the best at what she does. I really don't see her as having challenges.
I really don't think there's a big enough challenge that could stop her.
1, 2, 3!
And for Odell, her love gives us one message.
Even if you have some sort of disability or think that you can't do something, that's always worth trying because you might fall in love with it.
Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts.
Perseverance, having the ability to fight through it all. Notre Dame swimmer Frances Vandermeer defines it. 2 years ago, her school had no team, no pool, and no sport.
I've been swimming since I was 7 years old. Kind of hard not to love it.
All her life, Vandermeer's been swimming in club teams, but last year, it all changed. Notre Dame started their own squad while training with the Elmira District.
What we decided to do is to bring them in, not merge with our team, but to swim, practice with the Elmira team. Then when we went to swim meets, we would compete against each other and against the other teams.
It was just exciting because I could finally do what I loved with a team, in a school team, and compete against other schools.
And Frances made a big splash, making the state tournament twice and placing this year alongside her best friend, Mallory Craig.
It's great to be the first people to go, and I'm hoping that we can be an inspiration farther down the road for any other future teammates.
They have a great work ethic. They pretty much work themselves. They don't need to be coached very hard, and it's good.
That work ethic has propelled them to a high level, something that could easily get Frances to the top.
I think Frances can go as far as she wants to go. I think she can definitely make a state final next year.
Frances's plan, always swim with courage.
If I just swim like I've been training to, all will go as planned. I can do this.
If you like the outdoors and you like being competitive, it gets in your blood.
When you're a competitor, you set your sights and aim right on target. Corning's Jeff Courtwright reached for the impossible, becoming a pro in something he never expected.
I've always liked bow hunting. Some friends of mine, they mentioned this 3D shooting, and I had no clue what it was.
Arrows, yards, and all sorts of targets. The sport? Archery. And Courtwright caught on fast. Bullseye after bullseye, Jeff's won multiple national titles and the 2012 World Championship.
Perfect practice. I mean, it's like any sport or even a career. If you really want to be good at it, you have to work at it.
During competition season, Jeff practices up to 4 hours a day to be the best.
The fun part about shooting with Jeff is when you shoot with someone that's better than you, it brings your style up to another level.
Probably the biggest thing is the mental aspect. Concentrate, focus on what you're doing. let any outside influences bother you during the shot.
After being the National Shooter of the Year and excelling in a sport he once didn't know, Courtwright would love to take another shot at greatness.
Sky's the limit, I think. I'd love to see him win another world championship.
Bullseye.
It was kind of like a test of my mental strength is, can I take this and can I keep moving forward?
Give me what you got. Snap. Remember last week? We're not doing that.
A helmet reflects so much of a football player. Scratches, pride, battle scars. Horsehead's Dan Stroman has several scars, but he's enduring one scar that will never fade away. Last year, his father Dan died after battling diabetes. Suddenly, Stroman lost his #1 fan.
The first couple of days you're in shock, then comes anger, you're mad, why, why did I have to lose him?
He misses his dad's presence, his physical presence, his voice. It leaves a huge gap.
Every game, every practice, Stroman's emerged as a leader.
He's one of the guys you wish you had 11 of. I mean, tenacity, his energy, his just love of the game is just amazing to watch.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who wake up every day saying, I'm going to accomplish this, I'm going to do this, and it doesn't matter what gets in my way, I'm going to do it.
Football to me has always been the way out. Persevere, to keep going, never quit, never stop.
And Stroman has risen time after time, game after game. But before each game, he has one ritual for Dad.
Break down loop, break down loop, raise on 3, 1, 2, 3, man. Go.
Dear God, I pray that you can be with me this game. And Dad, I pray to you too, because I know you're up there looking at me. I pray that you can help me to fulfill what I've always wanted to do and what I've always wanted to do in your eyes, and that is to accomplish the goal. And I pray that we can have a victory today here. Amen.
We had to try to be grateful that the years that we had with his dad, and that at least his father was able to speak into his life. He has memories and a connection.
Dan's a really resilient kid, and still take care of what he needs to take care of is important. He still has a lot of life goals ahead of him.
Whatever goals Stroman wants to reach, his father will be with him in honor.
I think that's what's driving him, every play. I'm doing this for my dad.
He's not there physically. I know he's somewhere watching me play. Every game that I play from now on, I play for my father.
1, 2, 3, man. Go.
Time slips away. You only have one body. You only have one heart. You only have one mind. Why destroy it every day?
In life, many of us hit hard times. For some, hard is redefined. Kevin Krowiak has hit the hardest of times. At a young age, Krowiak became a drug addict, addicted to heroin. And for 2 years, Kevin faced a knockout blow. He went to prison.
Out there, the wrong people making bad decisions, doing drugs. No one should have to spend time in prison. No one should be a prisoner to drugs.
Through pain, Krowiak realized it was time to change.
I could have been another statistic. I've overdosed before. I've been in the hospital, handcuffed to a hospital bed, about to die with my kidneys failing. I dropped the drugs, surrounded myself with good people.
It all started with a coach.
I just seen him walking, and he looked so confident, so strong. And I just asked him, hey, do you fight? He said, how do you know?
Maybe it was coincidence, or maybe it was destiny. Krowiak started boxing.
Growing up, I watched it with my father. I was in love with boxing. I was in love with everything about it.
With his new addiction, Krowiak is taking his life back.
Honestly, when you get boxing in your life, you learn to walk away from a lot of negative things, and it's part of the discipline.
All he's gonna do is either get positive or leave. And right now, he's staying positive because he hasn't left yet.
No drugs, no prison. The sport is saving his life.
I'm just very excited to be doing what I'm doing right now. It's an opportunity that I've never had.
He's already won. He stepped in the gym, and he's willing to take the first punch. If he stayed on the street, he might have got a knockout.
Whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out. So if you cheat, then it'll show in the ring.
With boxing, Kevin's ready to go the distance.
If you really want it enough, you can get clean, you can change your life. You can be whatever you want to be. I don't have to be rich, I don't have to be a star, I just want to be a good man.
Yeah, I've been going to Watkins Glen ever since I was about 7 years old, and being able to come back and do a show of this magnitude, really, it means so much to me. There's a lot of pride, there's a lot of honor, there's a lot of tradition at Watkins Glen. I mean, race fans from all over the world, all over the country, come up to WGI and really experience something that they'll never forget. You know, it goes back to my dad getting us tickets to when we were young and going up every summer to watch the big race. Race weekend, nothing was bigger than WGI in the summertime. When that rolled around, you knew that something big was going to happen. You know, this show, Thunder at the Glen, is a direct reflection of both my mom and dad and all the work they put in, and to give us the ability to experience big things, but also to give us the ability to do one most important thing in anyone's life, and that's to dream. That hard work, that drive, that will to succeed, no matter what's in front of you, is what this is all about. Our station's been around since 1969, and to make station history and actually win something, to have it come out as so positively as it did, really was something special to me. Having the chance to work with Jenna Cottrell, you know, when you buy into that, you know, team concept of success, you can't lose. You know, Thunder at the Glen, it's a privilege to do it. We're so thankful that everybody's watching in. You know, each year we're going to top it and get bigger and better and stronger. Thank you so much, and enjoy race weekend, eat those Cheez-Its, and there's nothing more special than Watkins Glen, and there's nothing more special than Thunder at the Glen for me. Thank you so much.